following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
Choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
A breakaway. Takes two
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Here's a dumb question. Was my mic off the entire time I did that intro?
I think so. I could
God
see
damn it.
I could see your mouth moving, but I couldn't hear anything. And here's the irony is that I already put my video on like not showing video. So I was waving my hand to be like, I can't hear you, but you couldn't see. It was bad.
Oh yeah,
Do you want
Thanksgiving.
to just start over? No one's watching.
That's fine, we're good. Let's you want to.
I mean, just do a cold open
All right.
from here. I'll cut the beginning out and we'll just leave it on YouTube.
All right, here's the good one, guys.
Ready?
Here we
we're
go.
gonna count down here. Hold on, let me set that back up. Ready? In 5, 4.
This week on the Face Off Hockey Show, man, the Oilers are very, very bad. We'll talk about how bad they are, and all that other fun stuff that goes with the overabundantness of armchair GMs. We got some little trades here. We got some little salary things here. We got some maybe relocations of places that haven't been mentioned before. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. All that and then some. We're going to do some of that hockey right now.
The following program is closed captioned for the thinking impaired.
choose your command. You have chosen
the Face Off Hockey Show.
I mean, hockey is my life. I've got on hockey underwear right now.
The Face Off Hockey Show. With Scotty Waz. Sean O.
A breakaway. Takes two
And the P-Boys, Johnny and Mark with the C.
Yeah, baby.
You believe it not? Oh, yes!
Here's your host for the Face Off Hockey Show, Scotty Waz.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's the day before Thanksgiving. We're having a fun time, aren't we? I'm Scotty Waz. I'm joined, as always, by the man behind the myth, the legend, in a new studio area of his house, Johnny P.
It's true. I'm upstairs tonight. The downstairs computer decided to do its own thing.
Is it time to get a new downstairs computer? I guess is the question.
Well, no. So I don't think it's the downstairs computer's fault because BG&E kept texting me all day long that my electricity was out.
There you go.
And it came on shortly before I got home. So I feel like there were other. I feel like there were other factors today.
Other factors at play. So
yes. So I set up the mobile. All right, stop phone.
Yeah, you got. Is that a Nextel? You got a Nextel phone there? Do we have to really kick it old school where we couldn't have? Remember that in the BCM studios where you couldn't
have phones in there because it would make noises.
You couldn't have because they all had the mic phones, the cool Nextel mic phones.
I had one of those.
Did you? I never had one of those. That's my biggest regret in life.
That was before. That was they were bought by Sprint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then like it was they had that, and we couldn't have that on the studio thing or anywhere near the mics because it would pick up because it's transponding and like frickin' technology was archaic.
I think I really just need better wires for the travel studio. The travel studio has junk wires. I'll be dead honest. Part of it also stems from the fact that I think that I have to charge my phone while it's plugged into the audio interface here because I have like 0 charge left, and if we want to play music later,
if we have one thing of music to play, this is it. So it is just me and John right now. Mark with the C has school, so he is out for right now. So that's fine. It's all
I'm
right.
pretty certain he's also out of town.
Is he out of town too? Well, that's the email he got. He said he had class.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think he does have class. I mean, I'm sure he has class. I feel like he's also not in town.
Oh, see. I thought I sent it to him just out of shits and gigs, the rundown today.
But he didn't respond.
No, he didn't say, "Oh yeah, no, guys. By the way, I'm out of town." Nope. Just
No, while I was setting up the travel studio, he was like, "Oh yeah, by the way."
oh, did he? Oh, okay.
No, he sent an email back.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on. What is this, folks? He's not going to be here tonight. Most likely. But we're glad you're here with us, and we'd like to send a special congratulations out to. Wow,
that was worse.
Yeah. No. Oh Jesus. Check one. Check one. Check one. We're sound check. You have been great. Good night.
Interesting. I don't remember where this one's supposed to be. I haven't used this in a while.
I think since draft, right?
Yeah, draft was the last time I used it.
No, not even then. I don't think you brought it to draft with you.
I did not bring it to the last draft. I brought it to the draft before that. I think the last time I used it was Bar.
Oh wow.
With Green Turtle.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Got it.
Okay.
Back in.
There we go.
That's,
Perfect.
That's the noise I make when I put. No, I'm just kidding.
Nice. I'd like to give a special shout out to obviously those of the Patreon variety, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. You yourself and I can go ahead and make a pick of different things that are going on there. I'd like to give a shout out to Rob, to Trista, to Ethan, to Chris, to Mitch, to Angela, and to Sean as well, because they have been fantastic enough to donate to the Patreon, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. Little things there. One little as $1, you get yourself a shout out, just like you did right here now at the beginning of the show. And there's other other little perks as we get going there.
We could have prizes too. I'm not sure.
We could. The Soderstrom bubble may very well have prizes. So you'll have to listen to that.
I saw all of those.
Jesus Christ, dude. Like, we're doing a little project that behind it. Like, I posted a picture about all the hockey cards. Those are mostly Jen's cards, I believe. And what we're doing is we're taking the triples of each one, and then we're taking the doubles of them, and they're making Christmas ornaments out of them. So we're doing X-Acto knifing of the player, and then putting in like a little Christmas ball with snow underneath it, and then like selling it on Etsy or something.
Nice.
So, and then I guess we'll go ahead and get ourselves the get the people, the other teams or other players or other cards as they see fit. So we'll see how that goes.
I'm writing myself a note right now to cut the beginning of the show.
Attaboy. No, nothing. Yeah. If you're on YouTube, you saw it. If you weren't on YouTube, well, you go to check out the YouTube. But yeah, go to patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow, and you can go ahead and get yourself part of that tier goodness, including a Q&A, which will happen. Let's make it for next Wednesday. How's that? Because then we'll do it before the show and then roll right into the show.
All right. As long as my computer works.
That's true. Well, no, because I'll set it up at least on my end, and that'll give you time to
perfect.
the computer down there to do that. So again, patreon.com/faceoffhockeyshow. You can go ahead and see the tiers and what will get you that fantastic Q&A. And worst case scenario, what we'll do is we'll just have Mark recite the questions to the former Face Off Hockey Show quiz that we took that was made up in 2008 for that draft there. And then, we will see if
we might be able to get Laura back on. She can recite the questions to the quiz and then leave.
She's not going to show up. You know that as well as I do. So what'd you do this week, brother?
I went to the Walters Art Museum.
Ooh, fancy.
This weekend. It was fun. Good time. Went to Hella's, Greek restaurant around the corner. I'm sure you know Hella's.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Very well know Hella's.
So yeah, went there. Had some good times. My soccer team went out on Saturday as a team to watch soccer, which is kind of meta, but cool in itself. What else occurred? What else? I got the last set of cufflinks that I was waiting for. It's a yellow card and a red card.
Nice.
It's a nice set of cufflinks. Might have to get them for later in the show so I can show everybody what they look like. The whole box of cufflinks, maybe.
Nice. Good work.
What else? I have a new phone on the way.
Ooh.
Yeah. New phone. I ordered it today. Have a case coming from Amazon for the said new phone. So
Nice. What kind of phone did you get there, buddy?
I'm sticking iPhone. That's my
Okay.
gig at this point. But I went with the 10.
Ooh.
Yeah, facial recognition and all. I'm sure that'll be great. It's
Yeah.
probably better than me trying to talk to Siri, considering that my voice changes so much when it's either nasally or not. So
Here's I guess the biggest question is, in Sean Leahy's world, how would that be able to tell you, Mark, or little Hudson apart?
actually, I don't think it can.
Oh no.
Actually, what we should do is we should do a test. We should test the iPhone 10 to see if it's Sean Leahy proof or not.
If the iPhone 10 knows which Batanzo is it?
Yes. We'll play a game with the iPhone 10 once I get it.
Perfect. I love it. What was at the Walters that you went out and hung out with? Just
Went out with Carolyn.
oh, okay.
Yeah. We went to the Walters. She had never she's from Alexandria. So she had not heard that the Walters was a thing. So into art, we went and checked out the Walters. They had a really cool setup with I think it was Buddhism. Yes, Buddhism. There were a lot of little Buddhai all over the place.
Wow, Peter's just getting around.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. I like the Walters. Free museum. They have great drum solos.
Nah. Gotta
So
respect a good drum solo.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever been to the Walters. If it has, it's been a while.
You probably went there as a child. I feel like every one of us went there as a child. It's a free art
probably.
museum. Like it has to be the best place for any school to take students.
But we were stupid. Like we went to like Northern Virginia and DC and stuff like that for some ungodly reason. So
I don't know. Walters is nice.
Walters, I might have to go check it out next time I'm in town. Whenever I'm in town,
It's a good art gallery.
What's free?
It's an art museum. It's free, and then you can donate to them.
It's free. It's good as free. By the way, what is it with Northern Virginia people not understanding where things are in like north of Montgomery County?
Well, no, I think it stems from regional things, right? Like, so I know how to get to Verizon Center.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to get to some of the Smithsonian's, but I don't know like the cool places in DC.
Okay.
But I do know the cool places in Baltimore. So I feel like you just don't leave your city. So
Fair.
if you're used to Alexandria and or DC, that's what you're used to. It's not like, oh, there's cool stuff in Baltimore. Like, let's go travel to Baltimore. No chance. Far enough away.
That is a hell of a haul too for Alexandria, I guess. So
Should probably wear my glasses. I can't even read the live chat. Not that I'm close enough to respond tonight. So if you're on the live chat, sorry, there's a laptop computer that's there that I'm not. So
yeah, Johnny's not at his keyboard. He's AFK tonight because of the new setup and the old computer getting screwed over by BGE. So
yeah, so that was another thing that occurred. I do fully respect that the alarm that I bought tells me that my electricity is out before BG&E does. And by before, I mean between 30 and 45 minutes before BG&E tells me.
To be fair, they do service a lot of people in the area. So
Yeah, but I feel
would
like
think
there's
a
an
text-
outage. I feel like the text for an outage shouldn't be 45 minutes after my actual house tells me that the electricity's out.
that's a smart house, man. Smart house of the future, brother. So
Yeah, my alarm told me the electricity was out for a couple bits, and then BGD told me, and then it came back on at 6 o'clock, I think. Something like that.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice hour and a half before showtime. Johnny would have to go out to Frank's Den and do the show otherwise.
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Play in the darts room.
I didn't know if they had Wi-Fi though.
That's
I think Frank's Head has Wi-Fi.
dude. They barely have that. I think they still have cathode ray TVs there.
I bet they steal the Wi-Fi from the Popeyes that's on the corner.
Yeah, because the Hardee's was just too far,
Yeah, Hardee's doesn't far enough.
or whatever that tractor sale or farm sale, but that John Deere thing, like two things down from it too, like it's next to the Popeyes. That place there.
That's
Christ.
that's a thrift store now.
Is it?
I think it's like a high-end thrift store.
Oh shit! So it's a TJ Maxx.
No, it's a hipster. Oh, okay. I'll say it this way: it's a hipster thrift store.
Yeah, no, we got one of those here. It's called Ragstock. Hipsters love it. I found something at a thrift store recently. Can't remember what it was. Oh, a Nordiques t-shirt.
Nice.
Quebec Nordiques. It just had the fleur de lis on it, but it had old time hockey on the neckline, so I knew it was Quebec Nordiques. I'm like, all right, cool. Cool. Anything else during your week, sir?
Nope. I think that's my week. I'm definitely grabbing my glasses. I think that the live chat is telling us that it's 1 zip caps.
Oh, okay. Don't know if we can do.
I'll be back.
All right, buddy. Are you gonna be able to? Are you gonna pull your ears out, or yeah, he's gonna pull his ears out.
I got to.
Oh yeah. All right, there he goes. Let's see what happened in my world this week. Not much. Whole lot of nothing. Had like a little slam jam for the hospital folk that I work with. A little jammy jam there, so got completely obliterated on a Friday. Then I don't know what else I did. Friday was that. I'm almost getting too old for drinking that much, Johnny. I'm not gonna lie to you. For drinking as much as I do. Oof.
I don't know.
I'm going.
I can read things.
Attaboy.
Yep. Clash of Instinct is talking to us tonight.
Going out tonight for the drinkingest night of the year, with a couple of.
It's apparently a huge night of drinking.
I think statistically, it's the most drinkingest night of the year because everyone's back into town and all the other crap.
Yes, it's effectively Pasadena all over the place.
Yeah, essentially. But yeah, no. Also, this week I purchased another thing in my Baltimore hockey collection. It's called 1989-90 Baltimore Skipjacks. So
that's a lot smaller than the last one you got.
Yeah, well, that's not a program. It's hockey cards. It is hockey cards.
Oh, well, that makes it smaller.
Exactly. I mean, listen. Who doesn't like a little Tim the Toolman Taylor in their action, right? A little Tim the Toolman Taylor and the little Skipjacks uni.
It's nice.
You know, you got the, it's so cool. You got the medical trainer. The medical trainer gets his own card. How badass is that?
That's a great polo he has.
That is a fantastic polo. How about a little,
that's the Skipjacks puck that I have. Is that one?
The red, white, and blue?
Yeah.
Nice. How about a little Bob Mason for yourself, huh? A little swab Bob Mason. Just hanging out, chilling, being a dude. How about a little Baltimore fan favorite, Mark Ferner, with the fantastic stash?
Oh, wow,
like
he was November before November.
Yeah, man, he was all about that November rain. A little Terry Murray action for you.
Is that before or after the Brian Murray in the pack?
This is before Brian. Oh, who could forget this guy? Jimmy Rivnak. Have at her, boys. Jimmy Rivnak saving the day.
Gun Cannon says there's a small bit of jealousy about that buy.
The what?
He's appreciating your buy.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
He, she. Actually, I don't know. Is Gun Cannon a he or she? Have we figured this out?
Oh.
I mean, anybody can fire a cannon, right?
Especially a gun cannon.
Yeah, I figure.
Yeah. Oh no. I dropped it, but I held on to John Druce, everybody. John Druce in his house.
John Druce was your captain,
Druce. Huh? Captain John Druce. TSN personality, goaltender Sean Simpson. There you go.
How many goaltenders did the Skipjacks have?
3. And of course, this guy, trainer JP Mattingly. And Johnny, it's story time. It's story time. Oh, yes, it's story time.
I don't think I have. Actually, this might be in the Dropbox. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull up Dropbox for some story time music.
Yeah.
You have to update Dropbox, really?
Oh, that's brutal.
What a joke.
By the way, the polo shirt just looks like it had just screen print white skipjacks on the red logo.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, actually.
Yeah. This sweater actually looks like it's stitched on.
Face Off Hockey Show files. Yep, Face Off Hockey Show. And I can scroll down here once this thing. Wow, this completely changed on me.
Wow.
This is weird. And I don't even. This might be the right file.
Here's a team picture.
Maybe?
Here's a team
I think
picture.
this is the right file.
Fantastic. I love it so much. Like, just it's there, and it cuts off like two of the goalies. It's amazing. It's fantastic how they just it's hockey. So here's a team.
That's all that they could put on there, right?
I guess.
Well, this is terrible producing.
Man.
There we go. Got it.
It's time now for a Face Off Hockey Show flashback, where we give you the best, or rather worst, of the Face Off Hockey Show from the days of yore. So fire up the Victrola, get yourself some cozy slippers,
This
rent
is
the
still one of
DeLorean
the
if you
best
have
things
to.
that we've done.
But it's time now for a
And
Face
by
Off
we, I
Hockey
mean
Show
Scotty.
flashback.
That was a fun thing to record. That was, I'm not going to lie to you. So story time. We've got story time. So JP Mattingly, the trainer of your Baltimore Skipjacks, athletic trainer, did the equipment manager duties and stuff like that. He, my dad and him met or something. Like, he was working around the area and saw like this. Actually, JP in the area was known for a guy who was ahead of the game. And I'm talking about late 90s. He had plastic ice. So he had this resistant ice before it was a thing, or it was before it was popularized, rather. So, like, this little shop in PG County, he had it, and then he expanded to his backyard, where he'd have like a pool and just a big train out regiment for this thing. So for like 2.5 years, I was working out at JP Mattingly's little Mattingly Ice Center world. And just like the stories you tell, and of course he at one point he made goalie pads, which were very popular around the area.
He made goalie pads. This guy is like a jack of all trades.
Yeah, he's a jack of all trades.
A JP of all trades.
JP of all trades. So much. So let me see if I can find one of his prominent clients. But like,
made to fit?
What's that?
Were they made to fit? Like, were they like customized?
Yeah, you could customize it. Like he did graphics and stuff on them too. Like he put like a lot of the Matha kids wanted some stuff on there, so they put like the Matha graphics and crap on there. So like those are like pretty. It was pretty prominent to him to do that. I'm trying to find. Is this big enough? Yeah. This is nice. Wait till it loads up. But yeah, like he was a big proponent. He made hockey pads, and at one point he worked for the Devils. And at one point, that's right, Chris Terreri played a game in the NHL with Mattingly goalie pads on.
Huh.
Just Mattingly, like all across the board there. So there you go. And you know, JP, you know, a lot of people didn't like him because they thought he was like he was a guy who ran too tight of a ship, took it too seriously. But I mean, he wanted some kids to succeed, and some kids bought into it, some kids didn't. And you know, it is what it is. I mean, he did nothing. He didn't do wrong by me at all. You know, he treated me and my family very well, and by proxy, Mark, because he let us. He at one point towards the end of his training that I know of, he rented out a big like facility and put an ice rink in there and held games in there.
Oh, wow.
And the ice rink where I taught Mark how to goalie, or at least how to goalie a little bit better. So yeah, like it was cool to see the JP Mattingly thing. I'm like, I bet you he's in the set, and by golly, he was.
Huh. I like the pads. They were nice.
Yeah, little just regular white pad, and like they would come in different colors. Like I said, they would put one of the kids had like the Matha Stag put on put on his pads. Another one had like a big bursting sun. It was like he did pretty decent graphics by for the era. So yeah, it was good. So that's my story about JP Mattingly, and Mattingly goalie pads.
It's nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the outdoor rink was weird. Like he had it outside in his house, but his parents lived there. And it was like he built the deck and then put like a big thing of plastic ice on it. So it was an elevated thing, and he had a pool there. We could do water workouts. He had like a dry land thing. We did that. I mean, like you stay for the whole day and then every day a week. And it's like he also held camps in Ocean City, Maryland at the Carousel. Carousel, for those of you who don't know, it has like a little pond of rink in the middle of it. John, I don't know if you've ever been there or ever even heard of it.
I do not know what you're talking about.
So let me see, because
I've been to North Carolina. North Carolina, when I went for a soccer tournament in right around Greensboro, they had a mall that had an ice rink at the bottom of it.
Interesting. So let me see here. So the Carousel Hotel is in Ocean City, Maryland, hon. You go down the ocean, have yourself a few bows, go down the ice rink there, hon. Go, it's fantastic. So here's the ice rink. It's not that big, as you can tell.
It looks huge.
It looks huge, but there's a nice little panoramic of it. It by and large, I think you could take it's from Blue Line Inn, maybe just past the Blue Line Inn.
So yeah, like closer than you've ever taken a shot before. It's basically
yeah, essentially. The good thing we didn't have shooting drills because I was out of my league on that one. But yeah, like they have their little they have a little ice rink there. It's closed October 29th to November 7th, I guess, for maintenance. I don't know. But the funny thing is like we held a camp there for 2 years straight. Like 20 guys on a rink together just doing hard skating, and that ice was just shit after it was done. Just straight garbage. Like we had former draft picks of the NHL, Eddie Persian, who was drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning and then went over and played the Russian Super League. Marco Iman, who was a former Central Hockey League MVP. He started out there because he was part of the Chesapeake Icebreakers at the time, and it was intense. This was some weird, like, for a kid who knew after seeing ECHL close up that a lot of these guys aren't going to make it to the show. Like, wow, this is what they go through every fucking day, or just about every day. My God. But the funny thing is that he started this whole thing, and now USA Hockey runs a tournament out of there every year in the summertime for like little
out of the Carousel.
Yeah, out of like the little peewee kids.
Okay.
Let me see if I can.
Small rink.
Yeah, exactly. A small rink for the small kids. Let me see what it's called, because they had a big write up about it. The Beach Bash is what it's called.
I feel like every sports tournament down the beach is called the Beach Bash.
I know, because they couldn't use Bash of the Beach, or Vince McMahon would sue them. So yeah, they have the USA Hockey has the Beach Bash. Let me see if they actually have a dimensions on it. Yeah, it's for mites, so it's little guys. It's less than half the size of regulation ice sheet, so it's less than 200 by 85. So there you go. But yeah, no, like the Carousel was fun because there was times like people didn't know what the hell was going on, so we'd have big crowds around. We played like little shinny games, and then we like do the mock fighting, where what happened is like one of the coaches would come up to another guy and be like, "Hey, go piss him off and give the crowd a show here. Give the crowd a show." So I'm like, "Oh, okay, sure." Then you fought, and like as 16, 17-year-old people fighting, you don't know how to fight in hockey. So you just land in haymakers, and then like one kid cracks his head on the ice because he had his helmet off.
Perfect.
So didn't crack his head. He gave himself a nice.
Go home crying.
Yeah. So the thing, they have their own face-off page. It's great. I'm trying to find the little pictures of the thing. It was really the Mites Beach Bash. Tom's River, like teams from Tom's River come down. Teams from all around Maryland come around. It's pretty damn fantastic.
What are mites? Are they 7/8s?
I think 6/7s.
Yeah.
5/6 or 6/7, maybe 5 to 7. Point is this: it's really tiny. You can't have anybody older than that. Like we were 16, 17. It was just not fun.
Well, it's only half a rank.
And there's no dasher boards. That's the part of it that's hilarious. There's no dasher boards at all.
That's fine. Just rip a shot. I mean, what could go wrong?
Just crank it, kids, and away you go. God damn, give me a picture. I don't want to see kids catching fish. I don't care. I got the kids catching the fish. Let's see. Yeah. Open up a new tab. Open up a new tab. This is what you get on the YouTube show. It's so there we go. So there is the mics on the. It's like there's no. It doesn't matter how many kids are on the ice at one time.
It looks like they put up dashers though.
It's just little boards at the bottom there. Yeah, so keep it in play because the rink is oddly shaped. But yeah, it's just like it's that size. It's pretty. I
like how there are no lines on it either.
Yeah, no. So Howard, Hagerstown, Navy, Bowie, Old York, Wells Fargo comes up. The Hereford zone comes in.
Wow.
Reston.
Hereford zone, I feel like can play all year long though.
Yeah. And here's the back end of it. There's the bench area where the kids are just sitting there on the side, literally. That's pretty fantastic.
This doesn't look safe.
Well, I think it's coming up because it looks like they play at the end of December. So
you're saying I should go to the
yeah.
Instead of going to like Winter Classic or something, I'm gonna head down to the beach, check out the
dude, get a room with a railing. You can have the Winter Classic playing as you take pictures from the damn.
Oh hell yeah!
balcony.
I don't even have to. I can just get one of those rooms up there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like a room overlooking the children playing hockey, please. Thanks. That's not creepy at all.
Well, yes, Mr. Weinstein, we have that. So yeah, like here's the rink in all its glory.
Apparently, the Caps had mites playing in turkey costumes tonight.
That's fantastic.
Thanks, Brian. We have a good crew right now so far. It's like the best drinking night of the year. Brings everybody out to the show.
Sure. Why wouldn't you? So yeah, all right. Let's hit the intro music then.
All right. Let me figure out how to make this happen without blowing the stuff up.
I just dropped in to see what condition my condition was in. Yeah, oh yeah, what condition my condition was in.
By the way, there's 3 different Mites Beach Bash tournaments. The Mite Squirts Beach Bash from January 12th to 15th. The Girls Mites Beach Bash, February 9th to February 11th. And then finally, the Mites Beach Bash Tournament going on March 2nd to 4th. All at the Carousel Resorts Hotel and Casino? No, I don't think it's Casino. Whatever. Just go to the Carousel. Look it up on Twitter or on Facebook, facebook.com, mite-beach-bash. And there you go. Ocean City, Maryland, hon. There's also a Mite's Beach Bash on like October 26th. I'm confused. MitesBeachBash.com is you can get all the stuff there.
How many do they have? My God.
It's a bash, Johnny. Who's to say? There's a lot of beaches in Ocean City. Not really.
John Mattingly is doing all this stuff.
JP Mattingly. But he started it. I don't know where he is now. He kind of went, after he started that ice rink, he kind of just went away. Went away. So there we go.
He's living in Nova Scotia off the grid.
Oh, that'd be great. He's doing little rinks up there. What? Beach Bash? No, I don't know anything about that. I'm here. My name is Clyde. Work in Nova Scotia. Anyway, some injury news. Toby Enstrom.
Claude Mattingly.
Claude Mattingly. Toby Enstrom, he's got a lower body injury. He is going to be out 8 weeks as the Jets kind of got to a simmer. They're out there a little simmery now. So If
I thought we weren't going to talk about lower body injuries anymore, or is that just the stars?
That's just Ken Hitchcock. We'll get to that in a second.
Angry.
Yeah, he's very angry. Mark Mathot, he had knee surgery. He is out 4 to 6 weeks. Evgeny Malkin's got an upper body injury. He is day to day, but aren't we all? So is Shea Weber. He has got a lower body injury. He is day to day. And what Johnny said, Ken Hitchcock said that it's the vagueness of these injury reports is just silly because it's not like guys go out and target things. I guess was the
that's never occurred in the past ever.
No, not at all. He said it's time to stop being vague about things. Whatever. Who cares? So there we go.
And he ordered more wings.
Right? Well, who wouldn't? Some suspension news. Radko Gudas. Shocking, kids.
Oh, I saw
Shocking
this.
on this one. Suspended 10 games for slashing Matthew Perot upside the head. Doing a little Louis the 14th. Whoever did the off with their heads. I think it was Louis the 14th.
All of them.
Guillotine! And that's how he did it. Luke Witkowski suspended 10 games for returning to the ice after he was ejected from the Flames and Red Wings games. Him and Matthew Tkachuk got into it, and then Witkowski got ejected and then came back on the ice to beat the shit out of Tkachuk. Tkachuk's going to be a Steve Downey player, but with better skill.
What would have happened if, with better skill, like Ty Domi?
Exactly.
What would have happened if he hadn't left the ice?
Wow.
And just beat the crap out of Matt Tkachuk. Like, he wouldn't have gotten 10 games, right? Like, just the fact that he left the ice and walked down the tunnel and then came back on the ice is the reason he got suspended.
Yeah, essentially. It's almost like how you leave the bench, you get an automatic tenner. I guess that's how they depicted it.
I don't know. I mean, Tkachuk did a great job of giving him a good tap to the ankles on the way out, though.
Yeah. Tkachuk also suspended 1 game for that, for unsportsmanlike conduct is what they deemed it. Also, Austin Watson suspended 2 games for boarding.
Tkachuk's suspension was basically like, all right, we have to do something.
Yes. Listen, you can't keep getting away with this shit, so we gotta do something. Should we get to our Patreon pick, Johnny? And I know I'm springing this on you because I just got the results.
Yeah, sure. Let's make it happen.
So the 2 choices this week were who do we think our generational player is from 2004 to 05 to the top 3 picks of expansion or relocation areas that have not been mentioned before.
Wow.
The winner was the expansion pick.
Okay.
Because I've already named my generational player from the Soderstrom bubble. So if you haven't checked that out, the episode 32, I think it was, I named my generational player from the lockout and forward. Spoiler alert, it's Evgeny Malkin.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make them listen to it.
Well, whatever. They'll listen to it because of Jen's smart. And
I'll edit that out in post, too.
And hopefully they listen to it. So the Patreon pick was the top 3 places for relocation that have not been talked about before. Expansion or relocation that has not been mentioned before. Because this is coming off the heels of what is it? Tillerson Ferdina.
Houston.
Yeah, Houston. Tillman Ferdina meeting with Gary Bettman and the Houston project being up. Something that I wrote about in July. Thanks for getting on the ball, NHL, with this one. So, Johnny, I can give you some time if you want. And I can give you my 3. If you don't mind.
I mean, if you would like to go first, you can. It's fine.
I will I will go first. My first pick, Richmond, Virginia. Mostly because I think it's a nice little midpoint between DC and Raleigh. I think it's a nice little focus point there. That's right in there. It's a nice little stopgap between the two. Like we need more Eastern teams. But I think it's an area that I think could support pro sports, although it's kind of in that weird college minor league area. But they do like their hockey's there. They enjoy the Richmond Renegades for a bit, and I think that I think they could support a team well enough to keep them there and be a professional team. My second pick, London, UK, not London, Ontario, London, United Kingdom.
Oh, wow.
Well, you got to figure, what is it, a 5-hour flight from New York? How long is it?
Well,
how long is
6.
it- okay, 6. How long is it to LA?
6.
There you go. So obviously they'd be the Eastern Conference, and Western
only-
Conference teams would play there like maybe once every 3 years.
The only problem is that the West Coast is a 3-hour time difference, and London is a 6-hour time difference.
Yeah, well, listen, it's fine. They'll have an advantage. I think London, UK, it could be the idea.
So they're gonna break in with the London Jaguars then.
Yes, exactly. And I also think that the NHL wants to beat the NFL, so that's why they went to Vegas first, and I think that's why they'll go to London, because they're
Right.
nothing if not vindictive. My third one, and obviously not mentioned before, not really out there, kind of just in the middle, just everything. Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I think they need a second team there. I'm tired of this bullshit. Actually, it's been mentioned before, so that's a cop out. Atlanta. Let's go back to Atlanta. That's my third pick. Atlanta. I think with a better ownership, with stronger ownership, I think the fans will actually care about this team. Although it is Atlanta, you'd have to build a 12,000 seat arena to sell it out. That's my only caveat to this whole thing, is that the less is more approach that they have in Winnipeg and in Barclays could be the idea to get things back going in Atlanta. Sure, they failed twice, but they say third time's a charm. And with the right ownership, I think Atlanta could be a very, 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 very dark horse in this.
All right.
So Richmond, Atlanta, London, UK.
So I think that I'm gonna stick a little west. My first choice, I'm going Portland. I feel like Portland supports smaller sports. I feel like Portland's huge into soccer. Portland also already has a minor league or they have a WHL team, right?
That is correct.
So they already have hockey in the area. I feel like Portland is a great spot. Portland, Seattle is a very good rivalry. So if Seattle's already on the docket, I don't see why Portland can't have a team as well. See, I was just trying to do some quick checking of where the Air Force Academy is.
Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Yeah, because I was thinking around the Air Force Academy might be a great idea as well. I don't know how close that is to Denver, though. So I don't know if you want to take away the Colorado Avalanche type of piece.
What
with
little
that.
fans they have already.
Yeah, I was trying to find new places to put things, like Salt Lake City, Utah.
That
Salt
would
Lake
be-
City, Utah
I would agree with that one.
is a great spot. They had a fantastic showing when the Olympics were there. Why not have a hockey team there?
I had not even thought about Salt Lake City until you said something.
Yeah, so I would look into Salt Lake City. And I don't know. I mean, there are some other like places like Montana. There's no hockey teams in Montana though.
There's no pro sports teams in Montana.
Like Montana could have like a team.
Butte.
What's that about?
By the way, Colorado Springs, Colorado, looks about 30, 40 minutes away from Denver proper.
Yeah, that's not far enough. Yeah, so I have two. I don't want to go back out there. I don't know. So if you're going to London, maybe we could beat the NFL to the punch and put a team in Mexico City. We could make that happen.
You know, that's not a bad idea.
I'm not sure. I'd love to see Spanish announcers do hockey. I mean, they get super excited when anybody's within 30 yards of a soccer goal. I can't imagine what would occur if they were doing hockey games. It'd be fantastic. We do have some chiming in from the live chat of Milwaukee and New Orleans. adding to the mix.
Yeah, Milwaukee never not really talked about for relocation. That's actually a good point. New Orleans,
They're French.
they're French, but they tried hockey there, and because like the city is like 2 feet below sea level.
Yeah,
the
but we're
flooding-
not talking about if they've tried hockey before. You gave them, you gave Atlanta a
No,
team.
you're not wrong. No, you're not wrong. Yeah, I did give Atlanta a team. They tried hockey many times before.
I mean, they've tried. This would be the third time for them. We're just talking about places that aren't currently being talked about in
Dude.
expansion.
New Orleans and Las Vegas would be a hell of a rivalry.
Wouldn't it though?
That'd be fantastic. That's actually a good.
I mean, what would you do if you scored 3 goals in Atlanta or in New Orleans? You
Oh, the
wouldn't
beads
throw
come on the
hats.
ice.
You'd throw beads on the ice, which is sure as shit harder to clean up. So, could you imagine how long it would take to clean up a set of beads that get thrown on the ice after a hat trick?
Yeah, you're not wrong, man. Damn, Johnny. Damn live stream, you got me again.
So, live stream picked us up.
Hell yeah.
But I like the slut pick was good for me.
I'm sorry.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, the slut pick. I got you.
Yeah.
No, I'm picking up what you're putting down now. Cool.
That was a
All
good
right.
question.
That was a very good.
That was very out of the blue. I just started picking random spots.
Yeah. I liked it. Good work.
I feel like there are too many teams in the East, though. I feel like we need to add more teams in the West.
Yeah, but the hardest part is waiting. No, the hardest part is just what
Leaving Las
teams-
Vegas?
Ooh, that's a good one too.
Is there
Like, what-
fear and loathing?
Because by and large, once you get past Minnesota and that like the Mississippi, there's no one that there's no this town, Grand Forks. Grand Forks is the 3rd biggest city in North Dakota. It's Glen Burnie has more people in it.
This is good.
What's up?
So Gun Cannon has mentioned that if New Orleans comes in and Quebec comes back in, there could be a North and South Civil War between the two.
Oh, wow. Raging Cajuns, baby. Interesting. I like it. Who gets the rights to the fleur de lis? Who's to say?
True story.
All right. That's good. I like that.
So we
That was
got
a
some
good-
good ones.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. I like that. I like that participation. Well, we're not going to like this participation, though, Johnny. The 2019 Winter Classic and the 2019 Stadium Series have been announced.
Oh, I saw these. These are great.
The Chicago Blackhawks and the Boston Bruins will take part in the Winter Classic at Notre Dame Stadium.
Imagine that.
And the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Philadelphia Flyers will play in the 2019 Stadium Series at Lincoln Financial Field.
Imagine that.
What we talked about this last week. Hey, you're killing the goose. You're killing the golden goose that laid you this money egg. And people will watch just because out of habit.
Yeah, but this is the second one that Philly will have at home. Because they had the Winter
No.
Classic in
no, they played the Stadium Series game at Heinz Field a couple 2 years back.
no,
last
they
year.
played the Winter Classic in the baseball stadium. Because I went to that one.
Right, no, but they've played a couple games since then.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean that this would be the second one that they've even had at home. Like this would be their second home outdoor
Oh,
game.
okay, that's what I'm sorry. I misheard you.
Yeah. So like this isn't even like just happen to have the same team in there on awful like this is multiple home games now that they played outdoors.
Well, you're not wrong. Well, to be fair, Buffalo's the home team this year in the Winter Classic, so that's multiple home games for them. Because the Rangers have a contract with MSG that says they can't play home games outside
Yeah,
of
but they're
MSG.
not playing in Buffalo.
No, they're not. Let me see the Winter Classic. Have we had multiple home?
I mean,
Boston.
Lincoln Financial
Boston.
and-
Boston.
What is the
Boston.
baseball stadium? What I don't remember what the baseball stadium is.
It's Citizens Bank.
Yes, so Citizens Bank and Lincoln Financial share a parking lot.
Yes. So does this not the Spectrum. Jesus Christ, the Wells Fargo Center.
Yes.
They are these. They'll be the second team to do so. The Boston Bruins being the first teams. They played 2010 at Fenway and then just played 2016 at Gillette Stadium.
Yep.
So Flyers hosted
It's-
Citizen Bank Park. The Penguins hosted Heinz Field, and then last year
I
Heinz
thought
Field
the
again.
Stadium Series was going to be at the. Where's the West Point Stadium Series game?
As of right now, nothing. There's been no West Point Stadium Series game announced.
Do they want to see how the Naval Academy one goes first, or
I think
like
they
how
want to
does this
see
work?
that, and I think contracts are a big thing too.
Are they going to play at the Air Force Academy?
Colorado Springs? Maybe Avalanche can play there.
No, it'll actually be Caps. It'll be Caps and Blackhawks.
Blackhawks versus Blackhawks, a split squad game.
In Colorado.
Jesus. Oh man,
This
By
is
the-
awful.
this is terrible.
Like, I feel like you could stick all 31 teams. Why is Vegas not in one of these now? Like, there's so much hype around Vegas right now. Now is literally the time to put them in one of these games.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, you're not wrong. I'm gonna say
Like, if
something,
you're
not
if you're
wrong.
literally doing this just for money and just to bring in the cash cow of like we could sell jerseys and cool shit, like Vegas needs to be in an outdoor game. End of story.
Yep, you're not wrong.
Although, how many other owners would that piss off like super quickly?
Dude, how many owners are pissed off already? The Blackhawks are on their 15th outdoor game, it seems like. I'm trying to find out. Jen retweeted something about like someone did a pie graph about
Pumpkin pie?
ooh, that'd be fantastic. Well, I don't know. I don't like pumpkin pie. What am I talking about? Someone had a pie graph or a bar graph about the amount of times that teams have played in the outdoor series. Like, it's absurd. Like the Penguins and the Blackhawks.
Be like 8 teams, and then it would be like a side note that says the other 23 teams have never played in a outdoor game.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, nobody. Let's see. Can I get a list of teams that have played? Give me a sim. All right. Here we go. The Blackhawks are now on their 6th. Will be on their 6th when it happens next year. The Penguins will be on their 5th when it happens next year. The Rangers are going to be in their 4th. All
But
away games.
they played 2 of them within like 3 weeks, though, right?
No, they played 2 of them within 3 days of each other.
Oh,
That's even better. The Capitals this year will be 3. Maple Leafs this year will be 3. Flyers next year will be 4. Canadians this year will be 4. Red Wings have played 4. It's absurd. So
you've named 7 teams.
mhm. Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Here are all the
There
teams that
has
have
to be a point where other people will buy jerseys, right? There has to be a point where like if you're trying to actually keep the Coyotes in town, like I don't know why the Coyotes aren't in a Stadium Series game just so they can sell jerseys.
Of the 31 teams, how many do you think have played in an outdoor game?
I'm
All
saying
outdoor games.
All outdoor games, including the Coors Light Stadium Series.
Especially the Coors Light Stadium Series.
I'm going to say 8 total.
8 total. Okay. 20
How far off am I?
23.
23 teams out of the 31 have played in outdoor games?
Yep. The teams with 1.
I feel like a lot of them are outside of my bedtime.
The Anaheim Duck. Yeah, I'm going to name off a lot of Western teams here.
Well, the Ducks and Kings.
Ducks and Kings. The Flames. They played the Canadians.
That's right.
Colorado Avalanche. I think they played the Blackhawks.
Why did the Avalanche played in Coors Field?
Yeah,
for
no,
the
they
Coors
played
Light Stadium Series.
exactly. They played the Wild, who also have 1. No. Avalanche played the Red Wings because I remember that outdoor that
Because they
Alumni-
tried to make that into something.
Yeah, the alumni game was great. The Wild played the Blackhawks in 2016 because that was like a run of stadium series. The Devils have played one. The Islanders have played one. The Sharks have played one. The Blues have played one. The Canucks have played one. The Jets have played one. Teams with 2, Ottawa Senators, LA Kings, Edmonton Oilers, Buffalo Sabres. Teams with 3, Bruins, Leafs, Caps. Teams with 4, Red Wings, Canadians, Rangers, Flyers, Penguins at 5, and the Blackhawks at 6. The Blackhawks, by the way, wait, what are the Blackhawks playing at 20? Wait a minute. Oh, they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm confused by this. Oh no, because the 6th game will be next year. They're 1-4, so they're doing great with their appearances, ladies and gentlemen.
How many jerseys can you put together for these?
How many? Well, look at the team. The Blackhawks they've had like 3 jerseys the entire lifespan. I mean, I don't. We'll find that out here in a second. We're now joined by Lyle Richardson. Lyle, welcome to this. What the hell with the outdoor games?
Yes, I've been listening in, and I completely agree with your take that this is they're killing the golden turkey. In honor of American Day. By the way, happy American Thanksgiving.
Hey, thank you.
Yes, and Johnny, may I say, loving the new backdrop, my friend.
Thanks. This is my kitchen.
And it's fabulous.
Yeah.
I love it. Seriously.
This is the Face Off Hockey Show scotch.
Yes.
Right over there.
Yes. Yes.
It's a
Well
fine oak Macallan 10 years.
Yes, it is. I remember it very well. I remember it very well, my friend.
We have some thoughts from the live chat as well of how come Columbus hasn't played at Ohio State, and why couldn't you add Vegas and Arizona and call it the Desert Series?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's lots of things you can do there. I mean, look, on the one hand, I can understand why the league keeps using the same teams over and over and over. They're whether we like it or not, we don't have to be fans of some of these clubs, but whether we like it or not, they're the big ratings draw, and they're playing in areas where they're going to draw big crowds.
And merch, baby, all the merch.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. But you can go to that well once too often, and people are going to get. I mean, the immediate reaction of seeing Chicago in yet another outdoor game was
fantastic.
If you're the NHL and you're not following along with what your fans are saying on Twitter or their reaction, you should be, because they're starting to become a little bit of Blackhawks fatigue for these outdoor games. No offense to the team or their fans either. Hey, I love me the Blackhawks. They're original 6, baby. They get one of the most iconic jerseys of all time. Everybody loves them. But
I hope their jersey's light blue for the next one.
It should be. Mess everything up. But you seriously, people are going, really? The Blackhawks again? Really? Come on now. There's other teams. There are other teams you can put in there that would be, that would draw just as well.
Yeah. Apparently there's only 8.
That's true.
Apparently. We're the original 8. Who knew?
The unoriginal, the indoor 8 is what they're going to call them.
Yeah,
right.
Crazy 8, the crazy 8s. Yeah, but it's no, they're running the risk. I think you guys are right, though. I think they're running the risk of ruining a good thing here by just continually shoving the same teams in our faces. Well, you guys did the break. Which teams have appeared the least in a Winter Classic or a Stadium Series
that have actually played in it?
Yes.
All these teams have won: the Jets, Canucks, Blues, Sharks, Islanders, Devils, Wild, Avalanche, Flames, and Ducks.
Yeah. Hello. There's some teams there you can draw upon. There's some other teams that you can draw upon there. Just saying. Saying.
I think we're saying the same thing too. It's just like, why are you guys? Like, what is the deal here? What's the deal?
What's the deal with these outdoor games?
Yeah, and I mean,
well, what about Winnipeg and Minnesota? There's a natural rivalry right there,
Yeah.
Wow. I think that there would be a natural rivalry between the Jets and the Hurricanes, because it takes a lot to be able to fly and get through a hurricane. Like that to me is a natural rivalry.
Rocky like a hurricane, but you know,
maybe hurricanes and avalanches. I mean, it's like effectively the same thing. One's kind of frozen, one's not.
Yeah. But what teams haven't played in any so far? Are there any that have not played?
Oh yeah, no. There
are 8 teams. Well, Vegas.
Vegas is one.
They're new. Yeah.
Arizona, Carolina, Columbus, Dallas, Florida, Nashville, Tampa are the others.
Yeah.
No non-NHL or a neutral site game has hosted an outdoor game yet.
And Columbus should be there. Columbus should be there. They should be there. The NHL missed a massive marketing opportunity for this year. What about next year?
Next year, it only
those
seems
were the teams.
Yeah, it seems that the only two are going to be. It's just as of right now, it's just going to be the 2 games: the Chicago Boston at Notre Dame, and then the Pittsburgh Philadelphia, and I guess the rubber match. I don't know.
Yeah, just saying. Just saying.
No, Lyle, you're preaching to the choir, man.
Yeah. No, people are getting tired. I was like, give the Blackhawks a rest.
Why don't they take a season where the All-Star game is the outdoor game?
I said that in the past. I have said that in the past. Why don't you take a break from it and just have the All-Star game outdoors, for God's sake? Why not? Why not?
People will go. People go to the All-Star game and there's zero reason to go.
Yeah. Freaking right they'll go, and especially with the format now. Oh, to our maintain the ice surfaces outside, blah blah blah, for the skills competition one day, blah blah blah, blah. Well, you don't need to have the skills competition outdoors if you're that worried about it. And if you're in a location where you get like, real genuine winter weather, then hey, if you get a couple of good days of it, then you can hold it outside for both, and it won't be a big deal.
Yep. No, absolutely. And then
come on, a little originality here. NHL.
Well, I think devil's advocate in all of this is that they would be hard pressed to fill the stadium for 2 days.
Fine. So you hold the skills competition, all that happy crappy. All right. Indoors in the host, wherever the host city is going to be, if you're having it again in a cold weather venue. Okay, well, fine. You get, like I said, skills competition indoors and all that, and then you play the series of games the following afternoon or evening, and everybody will be happy.
All that happy horse crap.
And then you can actually have the NHL Guardians show up.
Yes.
Oh God, that'd be great.
But yeah, a little bit of originality. If you don't want to keep going to the well with the same teams, you don't think the other ones are going to draw, then start holding the All-Star game outside.
Absolutely. Scotty screen. Oh,
what
sorry,
about Nashville?
Yeah.
I mean, Nashville's been huge in the last 2 years.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Why
From
not?
the live chat again.
Why not Nashville?
What about
for God's sake,
Columbus in Ohio State's football stadium?
Why not Nashville, Columbus in the wherever the hell the Titans play?
Yeah. I mean, hell, the league's already proven that they can stage outdoor hockey in warm weather venues. So why not Nashville? Why not?
Why not?
Nashville's such a great town.
Thriving market. Oh hell yeah! And it's a thriving hockey market, as they have. I just love the fact that everybody. Well, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people all of a sudden magically discovered last year during their playoff run that, oh geez, Nashville's a real hockey town. Yeah, no shit, it's been that way for 10 years. Catch up. Anyway, that's just.
This guy's screen share. Here we go. The jerseys for the outdoor games for the Blackhawks through the years. Ladies and gentlemen, take time. So here's the first one from Murphy.
I have that one.
You do? Look at you.
Yeah, I have a Patty Kane one.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Here's the Stadium Series jersey with the big reflective.
Nah, don't much care for that one.
No, it's terrible. Here's the other Stadium Series jersey. Look at him. He's got the stripes. And here's the one from 2015. Played the Caps. Great. Look at him. And here's the one from last year. Looks kind of the same.
Yeah, I got to say, of the 5 you showed, I like the first one best.
Yeah, no, I've always liked that one. With the stripe.
Well,
across.
that is vintage.
This is what this year's is going to be like. It's going to be like that Turn to the Future, whatever the MLB.
Turn
did,
ahead
where
the clock.
Yeah, and it's gonna be like a fluoro jersey with the with a like futurized Blackhawks head on the front, and just for something new.
Yeah, well, why not? I mean, the Blackhawks can only do so much, right? Like, same with the Habs. I mean, the Habs you can only do so much.
Well, because you got an iconic logo. You know, there's only.
Well, the problem also stems from the fact that like those jerseys look the same for 60 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of Winter Classic jerseys, ladies and gentlemen, again with the Sky screen share, your Buffalo Sabres have shown off their Winter Classic jerseys.
I like those.
Coming on at Citi Field in Queens, New York, as they will host the New York Rangers. That's right, host. The Buffalo Sabres will host the New York Rangers 15 minutes from the New York Rangers home rink.
Mm-hmm.
So
but
thank you, legal
jerseys a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you, legal loophole.
But I do like that. That's almost like back to old school Sabres uni. So I like those. Yeah.
Yeah, those are damn slick.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost as good as when they had the alternate jersey that just said Buffalo on it. The old, like,
I think I saw some. I think I saw some like close-ups of that, and it has a gold buffalo on the shoulder that looks the same as the buffalo that's on the Bills helmets, like the old red buffalo that's on the Bills helmets.
That's pretty cool. Well, hell, they're all about that one Buffalo stuff, and Terry Paguglia does own Buffalo as a whole, so
and part of Penn State,
most of Penn State. I'm sure of it. Anyway, Lau, we were talking about places that we thought could be a expansion or relocation that had not been talked about before. We had some decent picks. Well, Johnny had a couple decent picks.
Refresh my memory. They were.
I had London, UK, Richmond, Virginia, and Atlanta again, because why not?
Because why not? And Johnny's were.
I went with Portland, Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got lost. I think I ended up in Mexico City as my third.
New Orleans, we had was it New Orleans too? So that you could have.
We had a New Orleans.
On
the live chat. We had New Orleans, Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
I believe it's Algonquin for God's country.
Or I always thought it was for beer, but anyway.
Yeah,
that was a Wayne's World reference.
Yeah,
when Alice Cooper was.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah. He was hanging out.
Yeah,
we also talked about the carousel. By the way, before we get to that, was there any location you might think of, Lyle, that you had not heard of that might be good?
Honestly, Hamilton, of course.
Yeah,
sure. We have only because we haven't heard of it since.
It's been a while.
So, yeah, it has. It has. I mean, ever since Renfrew T. Bomb, or ruled that the Coyotes couldn't move. Yeah, we haven't heard about Hamilton now in almost 8 years. So
until that play came out, and we nothing you couldn't shut up about Hamilton.
Yeah.
Listen, folks. We also talked about the Mike's Beach Bash.
The bash at the beach. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no.
Sorry.
Vince Mac will come after you. Oh, no. By the way, Johnny,
say that on the show.
Those WWE lawyers! Wow, those WWE lawyers move fast. They just threatened to break my thumbs.
They're like, we're gonna put you on SmackDown in a bad storyline.
No, sorry. No, with the Miz. No.
I like the Miz. I can't front. I think he's a good
come
heel.
A long way. He's come a long way since he was basically roadkill for the Undertaker.
Yes.
And all that. Yeah. He's from being a running joke to actually decent.
Something.
So yeah.
But I found the Mike Beach Bash. That's hard to say, guys.
Mike's Beach Bash.
The Mike.
That is
Mike's Beach Bash.
Mike's Beats.
Mites.
Oh, for yeah, it's a Beats bash. We're gonna have a lot of beets, a lot of beet juice.
Well, they have. I found out some tings.
Some tings.
They have four tournaments a year.
Woo!
Hold it up like you know it, babe. So October 27th through 29th, which just happened, it was a Halloween party for all the ghosts and Jason masked people. It featured DJ dance party, stick or treating. That's a good one. Stick or treating, and a photo booth. So they had a nice little beach bash during Halloween. One, like I said, 12th to 15th, first 4-day beach bash ever, gathering more teens, more action, and enjoying an additional day of relaxing with the family during the break. Each team will receive a half hour exclusively for their team on the ice. The times will be chosen in order to teams paid. You'll also be able to buy additional ice time through the USA Hockey as needed. February 9th through 11th is the Girls Beach Bash, one if not the biggest girls tournament in the country. Play with all girls, not to be intimidated by boys. Wait, play with all girls, not... Anyway, that's a weird sentence structure. Mom and daughter pedicure, manicure packages on site, something a mom and daughter will never forget, just in time for Valentine's Day. So there you go. And then finally, March 2nd through 4th, the 5th annual original Mites Beach Bash. First time ever. A 2-hour warm-up prior to the tournament, and each team, this is the kicker, and I'm so glad they saved the best for last.
Okay.
Each team who has signed up for the original Beach Blast will get a half hour in the bounce house.
Nice.
What more could you want?
Exactly. Bouncy castle.
I'm gonna say that the bounce castles are extremely cool when you're older, because you can get good height on there and come down with like a sock and bopper on somebody and just whack.
Yeah. I haven't been in a bouncy castle in over 25 years.
I'm still under the height limit, so that's true. True. They're like, I'm sorry, nobody with beers. I'm like, that's not on the rules.
Yeah. Hey.
Minute.
The only rule you had was you must be this high. Okay.
Also, we found out a couple weeks ago, Lyle, that my kid towers over Johnny now.
Yep. True story.
Kegger is sprouting.
5'6".
Good God, she's almost as tall as me now.
5'6", and she's 11 years old. So
she's gonna be a tall one. You
Yeah,
must
no.
well, take after her daddy for height.
Yeah, both of us.
Yeah. Well
her
done.
mom's 5'9", so
Ooh, jeepers.
Yeah.
She's gonna be a tall one. Well, that's good. That's good. She won't take any crap off him.
You know what? You know what's between 5 and 9, Lyle?
What's
7? 7's between 5 and 9.
Yeah.
That's the number of years that Cam Atkinson has signed with the Columbus Blue Jackets. As he signed an extension with your Columbus Blue Jackets. What more do they need? What more does this team need to be, I guess, a perennial contender every year? Because they, whether they are or not now, is up for debate. But it seems to be, if they are, they're very much lost in the discussion.
Well, they're very much a perennial playoff contender now. Perennial playoff contender now. Last season was no fluke. What they need now is they need to get themselves another established center. Somebody, ideally, you could center their second line so they can move Nick Foligno back over to his natural spot on left wing. And that's why, there's been kind of the rumblies, because, well, we know that they were in the market for Matt Duchene. They were actually very interested in Matt Duchene before he was dealt to the Ottawa Senators earlier this month. So there's been some talky talk. Nobody really coming out and saying that the Jackets are linked to anybody in particular. But Montreal's Alex Galchenyuk has briefly popped up in the discussion, and then he vanishes without a trace. Kind of like his game. Hey, don't hate me because it's true.
I just hate you before you got there first.
Oh, sorry, Johnny. Sorry. I'm still dazzled by your backdrop, by the way. It looks really cool.
Can you see yourself in it?
No, unfortunately. No.
Yeah, that's good.
No, the mirror's covered up, but still.
And I had to cover this side here. This side isn't so much like me showing off scarves. It's because there's a light right here. and it would reflect, and so I outsmarted the system.
Well done. Looks good though. I like it.
I do have right here is my Basingstoke Bison hockey club. That is a English hockey team. English. I don't know what the league is.
The British Elite League.
The British Elite League. There you go.
Something like that.
Well, yeah. I like it. But anyway, but getting back, to the Blue Jackets and center. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins of the Oilers, though, his name has surfaced more than once. Again, it's just pundits kind of musing and not really anything, set in stone here. But they're going to be looking. I would dare say that GM Jarmo Kekalainen is keeping an eye on the trade market. That's a move I could see happening perhaps close to the trade deadline. They're not in a great rush right now to bring in anybody because, I mean, let's face it, Bobrovsky is playing great in goal again. They're doing all right. So, Kekalainen can, just kind of afford to be patient right now. But he's going to be keeping an eye out. And I think at some point between now and the February 26th trade deadline, we're going to see him make a move for a center, preferably if they get a first line guy, that'd be great, but definitely somebody for the second line.
Shifting gears a little bit.
I had a question about Columbus then before we leave.
Yes.
Is this a good show for being patient with a team? Because I mean, Kekalainen in his earlier endeavors with Columbus kind of got called out for not making some of the trades that he should have made in order to make the team better, but he was patient and now has put together a really good team.
Oh, yes. But I mean, at some point though, too, and I think again, the fact that they were seriously linked to Matt Duchene. We do know that, they had put in a bid for Duchene. I think, though, yes, at some point, though, you reach a stage where it's like, okay, we've been patient. We built up with a lot of young talent within our system and maybe a couple of guys we were able to bring in. But now, now sort of the time that you want to kind of step up to the next level. So you're going to want to, maybe dip into your prospect depth there, or maybe move out a high draft pick if possible to bring in somebody who's going to help you get to that next level, which explains why they were looking at Duchene and why I think they're going to be, in other words, Johnny, you're patient to a point, and then after a while you have to evaluate and go, okay, well now we've got to go to the next level. So, we can't really sit and wait for somebody to come up from our system.
Here's how far a prospect's got us. Here's what we need to give up to get over the hump.
Right on. Yeah. At some point, you have to deal. At some point, you have to deal.
A little bit shifting gears and kind of in the same vein. Backup goaltending. Who needs it more, Lyle? Who needs a backup goaltender the most right now?
Oh boy.
Who on this flat Earth do we have? Who needs the goaltender? What quality backups are out there? Let's be honest here. Sure, people need the backups, but who are the backups?
Well, that's the thing. Who's out there that's available? I mean, right now, teams that could use a good backup. I don't know. Montreal could use a good backup right now. Well, if Carey Price comes back to action soon, they'll have a fine backup. His name's Charlie Lindgren, who's been, apart from that horrible 6-0 loss to Toronto, which was more of a team thing than anything else, on Saturday, he's played very well for them. But as long as Price is on the shelf, boy, and without Al Montoya, who's also on the shelf indefinitely, when you got to go and pluck yourself an Antti Niemi, the worst goaltender in the league this season, is your backup, you need some help. But I still say Vegas. I still think until some of these other guys come back healthier, I'm still a little worried about them. Still a little worried about them there. Maybe perhaps your Edmonton Oilers, maybe possibly your Cam Talbot getting a little overworked, looking a little tired. Not really. They're not really confident going with the current guy.
Who's going to be worse, Edmonton or Phoenix or Arizona?
Who's going to be worse? Oh man! Yeah. Well, you might as well throw Montreal in that equation too.
Well,
if they don't snap out of their funk soon, they're going to be in that same equation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, Edmonton. Oof. And I'll say this for Arizona. I mean, a week ago we were laughing about, wow, what a tire fire they are. Then they come to Canada, string 3 straight wins together, and look good doing it.
Because Lyle, like the exchange rate for goals was better.
Yes,
and that's why they were able to win.
Yes,
We all
they took advantage of the better exchange rate for goals.
One Oliver Ekman-Larsson goal is good for 1.35 Canadian goals.
And there you go. Yeah.
By fractions, they won these games.
Yes. Yeah. But honestly, I mean, okay, they beating Montreal. I mean, that was a case of Montreal basically letting them off the canvas. I mean, the first 2.5 periods there. Well, the first period and the first quarter of the second period, it was all Montreal. Montreal was dominating them, and then they just stopped, and the Coyotes
they thought Carey Price was back there, and they realized, no, he's not.
Yeah, and but so they beat Montreal, a struggling Montreal team. You can say, well, okay, fine, they were due for a win, but then they'd go in and they beat Ottawa, a good team, a good team having some issues right now, but still a good team, and then they go and beat Toronto, one of the hottest teams in the league. And now all of a sudden, like I said, and they look good doing it. So, I don't think that the Coyotes are going to be able to win enough to get themselves out of the big hole they're in now. But I think we're going to see them. Maybe they're showing some signs of life here. Maybe they might get better as the season goes along.
Let's stay with the Pacific real quick.
Sure.
So we're 19 games in. 25 points in 19 games. 25 points in 19 games for your Vegas. They're almost halfway to the point people said they would make it.
Sorry.
Johnny had the over. In a big one.
Yeah, I took the over.
You did.
How much we could say, oh, this is not sustainable, but they're doing this without any goaltending.
Really, yeah.
Dylan Ferguson was back there.
Could Antti Niemi be in Vegas next? Does he just have white pads now? I haven't seen him play for a while. I feel like he should just have like a white set.
He has the Mike Liut all white everything mask.
Yeah.
But he has white leg pads, but he did have penguin color blocker and glove, but he just used pad skins. And what that is just adhesive that adheres to the. It's not like he plays that much anyway, so it's not really going to matter till his new set comes in. But he should go with the Mike Liut all white everything situation.
Yeah, I think he should just have all white for the rest of the season because I feel like he'll end up in Vegas in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, I would not doubt it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what it is. A lot of it. It's twofold. First of all, you got a great coach there in Gerard Gallant. Boy, oh boy, are they ever regretting letting him go, the Panthers. Oh man. But regardless, Panthers loss is definitely the Golden Knights gain. Very smart move by GM to hire him. But again, let's give some credit where it's due to GM because he brought in a lot of character guys. He took some flack during the offseason. It was like, why did he draft that guy when he could have drafted that guy? Why did he pass over this guy? Oh, he's so stupid. But he brought in a lot of guys who had who have character. Okay, and that's made a difference. You look at James Neal, David Perron, Jonathan Marchessault. Oh God, even guys like Nate Schmidt, young guy, but tremendous wheels there on the blue line. But these are character guys, hardworking guys. They won't give up on each other. They listen. They knew that the bar was set low for them, but they were like, no, we're better than this. We can be better than this. Now, I still think that midnight's going to strike for this Cinderella team before the season's out. I still can't bring myself in November to say, oh yeah, they're going all the way to the playoffs. Though I got to tell you, that would be a great story if they could. That would be the feel-good story of the season right
Plus, there are no clocks in that town. It never hits midnight.
There you go. Maybe that's why.
And let's be honest also, they're playing in a fairly weak Pacific Division. Well, I'll say a fairly streaky
I would say, yeah. I wouldn't necessarily call it weak. I mean, the Kings are still, in there. They're still, you know what I mean? They're still a tough team.
And listen,
Anaheim, when they get healthy, are going to be very tough.
And listen, because of my client, Brock Besser, the Vancouver Canucks, unreal.
He has a great shot, by the way. I saw part of that on NHL Network.
Sexy is that shot?
That kid is Well, I'll tell you. All of a sudden, you're not hearing so many Canucks fans bitching about GM Jim Benning. All of a sudden, not hearing very much grumbling and snarling about him as we did the last couple of years. It's like, good heavens, could it be that the Canucks rebuilding plan is actually working? Well, ring-a-ding-ding, it certainly seems it. Though, bringing in Travis Green, I think a coaching change was also needed. Willie Desjardins wasn't a good fit there. But Travis Green, he is really connected with those players. Well, he just goes to show the difference. I mean, he had a talk with your client, Brock Besser, during the offseason about, how to improve his game. Even though he just had like a very brief appearance in the NHL late last season, but he talked to the kid about what was expected of him and what he needed to do to play well at this level. And yeah, it's worked because that kid's on fire right now. And
the funny thing is that when he left school last year, he was not that great. He just come off a wrist surgery.
He had a great shot. He had that great shot, and that was the main thing.
And even then, like after he came back from wrist surgery, he was very tentative giving up that shot. He would pass up a lot more shots, and I think that the talk from a former NHLer like Green, it definitely goes to show that a kid who's able to listen and a coach who can get his point across properly has quite the effect to it.
Oh yeah, and let's not forget. I mean, the Canucks have been doing that with injuries to their blue line. I mean, with Edler out, Chris Tanev was out as well. Oh God, where's my pronunciation guy? Anyway, but they've had injuries to two or three key guys on their blue line, and yet they're still finding ways to win. So, you got to give it up to them. Obviously Travis Green deserves, some, considerable praise, but let's give it up to their management too. The management that was supposedly too incompetent to put a good team together. All of a sudden, it's not looking too bad there after all. Well, here's the thing. Their top three scorers are three young guys. Okay. It's not Henrik Sedin. It's not Daniel Sedin. Okay. It's Brock Besser. He's their leading scorer. Sven Barchi, who was the Calgary Flames cast-off, okay, that they got for a second-round pick. No, it wasn't a second-round pick. I stand corrected.
they swapped Hunter Shinkaruk for that, didn't they?
No, it was a pick. It was, you're thinking Granlund, I think, in that one. But anyway, because I looked it up this morning. I'm pretty sure that that was done for a draft pick. But anyway. So it was Besser, Berchi, and Bo Horvat. Okay. So, three young guys. Smart to, be building with the youth there. Looks like it's coming along.
Yep. You are right. It was Shinkaruk for Granlund.
Yeah.
I want to say that they made successive trades, the Canucks and the Flames, and that's probably why I got it fucked up.
No.
But Berchi
still
was the castaway.
Yeah, he was. And look at it. The Canucks have benefited not once, but twice. So it's like, they're doing a good job there. But getting back quickly though with Vegas, as I said though, I mean, I still can't bring myself to see themselves as a playoff team this year. I still think that eventually it's going to catch up to them, but they've built themselves a pretty strong foundation there. And I know there's been a lot of talk as well that, James Neal, he's an unrestricted free agent. David Perron's another one. They'll probably lose those two guys. They'll probably trade them at the deadline. Well, that's not a given. That's not a given now. And as a matter of fact, I will go so far as to say I could see those two guys resigning. Because they've built a tremendous atmosphere early there for hockey, and if those players really like what's going on there, and if they're buying into what's being built, who's to say they wouldn't resign? So I don't think we can necessarily sit down at this stage and say that it's a given that James Neal and David Perron are going to be traded by the trade deadline.
Yeah. No, I think they're there to stay, in all honesty. Why would you want to leave something like that when you're guaranteed to have that kind of, just a good team around you?
And I got to give it up to
group
Vegas.
Of guys.
Yeah, I got to give it up to Vegas as a whole, as a team, to the Golden Knights as a whole, because they've done a terrific job in marketing that club. Mm-hmm. They have. They've done a terrific job of it, right down to their Twitter chirps. I mean, it's all tongue in cheek and it's fun, but hey, people are buying into it, and they've done a really good job as an expansion team to market because it's really hard to market a team that's in what would be considered a non-traditional hockey market. Yep. But so far so good. They're doing it right. So yeah, it's right off the bat, I'd say first season, even if you don't reach the playoffs, a successful expansion year.
Lyle, we talked about scoring. We talked about guys who are doing scoring and all this other stuff. Lyle, what's with all the scoring? Via the NHL and via Sean Leahy of NBC, he says, by the NHL's voice, scoring is up 12.4% over last season with average of 6.1 goals per game. 23 of the top 40 point getters are 25 and younger. Including 5 of the top 7. And 32 players are averaging more than a point per game with a minimum game played of 15. 3 are above a 1.5 per game, which is Steve Stamkos, Nikita Kucherov, and Johnny Gaudreau. So, Lyle, I must ask you, what's with all the hockey?
Let's play that hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this a sign of things to come? Is this just a blip on the radar?
Well,
what are we doing?
It's a couple of things. First of all, one of the answers was in one of the stats that you just rattled off, the 25 and younger. This is a league that's getting younger
and faster.
And and that is I think one of the significant reasons why scoring's up this year. The other, I would also chalk it up to some of the adjustment in the first month to the rule changes, specifically with the coaches challenge and obviously the crackdown on slashing and on and especially in the faceoff circle. So, I know that there was some early grumbling about you can tell if a rule's working too well when coaches start bitching about it. And we heard a lot of bitching about it in the opening month. Now, I think over time, that might start to become less of a factor because we've seen this before. We've seen this movie before. New rule comes in to crack down on something. Stats improve in the first couple of months. And then slowly but surely, everything drifts back to pretty much what it used to be, and the scoring goes down again. But I think the youth factor is the more significant one. The league is getting younger. It is getting, as you noted, it is getting faster, and yeah, that's why I think we're seeing this uptick in goals so far in production this year.
Can we attribute any of this to the changes in goalie gear? Because they haven't even gone to the smaller chest protector yet, have they?
No, they haven't. No, not yet. I think that's. I correct me if I'm wrong. Was that not coming in until next season? I thought it was
because they still were trying to touch and go the thing. But yeah, no, it's been smaller pants.
Yeah, and that I think would be a factor as well. But still, youth and speed, I think that's becoming the bigger thing. Because let's face it, when you got kids like McDavid coming in, who just play so well hasn't of late, but when he plays so well at such a high speed. Plus, we're seeing smaller players coming in who are much better puck handling. You mentioned Gaudreau earlier as one of the guys that's doing so well, averaging such a high point rate this season. But he's not the only one. You're also seeing smaller defensemen coming into this league, smaller centers. Look at Braden Point, okay? Case in point, Braden Point of the Tampa Bay Lightning had a pretty good rookie season. Didn't do too badly last season, but he is ripping it up this year. He's averaging a point per game. He's centering their second line. and that's become the Lightning's best two-way line. I mean, they go out, they're the line that goes out to shut down the opposition's top line. They see lots of power play time as well as a lot of penalty killing time. And a lot of that has to do with Braden Point as their second line center. Not a big guy. I think he's 5'10" and a $166 soaking wet. You know, I mean, it wasn't that long ago. If you had tried to throw somebody out there, you know, as a center that small, I mean, God, they would laugh at you. But this is starting to become the norm now, you know, where we're seeing smaller guys. If you can play well, as a smaller guy, especially moving the puck well. We're seeing it again with smaller defensemen coming into the league as well. Same thing. As long as you can move that puck quickly, oh yeah, there's a place for you now in the NHL. You don't have to be a 6'4" and 230-pound behemoth anymore. I mean, it helps if you can skate. Yeah, absolutely. But you know, if you come in and you're, you know, you're under 5'10" and 170 pounds, but you can move the puck well. Oh yeah, sure. Put you out there on defense. Go hard. So yeah, I think this is part of the changing dynamic we're seeing in the NHL right now.
Yeah, you know, adapt or die kind of thing, you know.
So you're mostly saying all goalie equipment. That's what I heard.
To your point, Johnny, yes, all goalie equipment is the reason why it's all going down.
The NHL will come back next week and be like, "Hey, so goal scoring is up because of the goalie equipment changes we made." Awesome, isn't it? All right, see you guys.
Well, don't forget, there's still more to come because we got the upper body gear for next year. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, God willing.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes. Just found something non-hockey related.
Cool.
It's about Jamie Moyer.
Close.
Is it about wrestling?
No. It is about a soap opera.
Oh.
The Cleveland Browns. They're currently 0-10.
Oh.
When are they moving? When are you back to moving vans up? Is that what this is?
Kind of.
Oh.
So, no. They said that the Browns have a chance to make the playoffs this year. They're 0-10, but they have a chance. It's 1 in 19 quintillion. And someone from Reddit who has a lot of time on their hands.
Wow.
Here it is. Here we go. So first of all, Cleveland has to win out.
Okay, they got to run the board the rest of the way.
So they'll be 6-10.
Okay.
Then the Brown. Now follow me at home. So get your charts on the wall and just have your string pinned to everything.
Okay. Let me get my conspiracy theory flow chart going.
Right, get your tinfoil ready. You ready? Here we go.
Here we go.
So They need Week 12 wins from Kansas City, Tennessee, New England, Houston, Dallas, and Carolina.
Okay. What's the record of those teams?
They didn't say.
Oh, dang it! Well, that helps.
Well, kind of, but not really though. With where we're going, we don't need records. Then they need week 13 wins from New England, Denver, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Detroit, and the Giants. Then they need week 14 wins from Indianapolis, the Jets, Kansas City, New England, Chicago, Washington, and San Francisco. Week 15 wins from Denver, Kansas City, Miami, Jacksonville, New Orleans, Minnesota, and Dallas. Week 16 wins from Baltimore, Kansas City, San Diego, New England, Pittsburgh, and Washington. And then week 17 wins from Kansas City, Indianapolis. Hold on. Indianapolis, New England, and Cincinnati. Also, the Broncos and Raiders need to tie in week 12, and the Bills and Dolphins need to tie in week 17. If all that happens, there will be 4 teams with a record of 5-10-1 and 5 more at 5-11. The Patriots, Steelers, Chiefs, and Titans would win their respective divisions. The Jaguars would get their first wild card at 12-4, which would leave the Ravens and Browns tied for the last spot at 6-10. The Browns would win with a tiebreaker because their Week 15 win over Baltimore would split the season series, and Cleveland would have the better record in the division. There we go.
So I don't have tinfoil, but cellophane's the closest I could get.
Well, I saw that. I'm like, oh my God, you look like a little old lady in London waiting for a bus.
That's my rain hat.
And oddly enough, the Cleveland fans are putting that cellophane over their mouths and noses so they can't kill themselves.
If that happens, I don't know if that would be the sign of the second coming or a sign of an apocalypse. One of the two, because wow,
that might be the greatest thing ever that occurred in sports.
Well, it would. Well, that's
the Browns are going to screw it all up by losing, so it doesn't matter.
That's an ESPN 30 for 30 right there.
Here we go. So here's the probability of everything.
Wow. Wow.
So there's a
Wow.
0.35% chance Denver and Oakland tie in Week 12.
Okay,
And-
that had to have been done by a guy at MIT. It had to have been.
Lyle, it's a guy from Reddit. I highly doubt he's from MIT.
Well, now don't be so prejudiced.
Oh no, I'm very Lyle. Who has this kind of time?
No, that's pride. Yeah, and just be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't have that time.
His name is Mr. Milan Labi.
That don't mean nothing. What? Oh, you say a guy named Milan Labi can't be in MIT?
No, because it
Are
rhymes.
you being prejudiced, Scotty?
Yes, I always am.
Mulan, like the Rouge. You know what?
know, but
That's
apparently-
what they're missing. If the Rough Riders tie the Rough Riders on a last-second Rouge, that's what actually gets the
There you
Browns
go.
into the playoffs.
That's what it would take. I think Johnny's onto something here.
Well, here's the problem. The
Okay.
guy who had his name, they deleted his Reddit. His Reddit has
Because he was too smart for Reddit. That's why.
Sure,
Yeah.
that's it.
He blew their minds with his. I'm telling you, he's from MIT and he blew their minds.
I have been on Reddit, not a lot. Don't think Reddit NFL is going to have a lot of MIT guys on there.
Well, it was an interesting theory on my part. There.
Yes, absolutely.
It was a sub theory to that theory.
I saw that when I was checking out scores. I'm like, wow, that's how.
That was my
You know
subreddit.
that
that
started
Reddit
as a
post.
bet, right? Like somebody was like, oh, "There's no chance that the Browns can make the playoffs," and he's like, "Ha ha ha!"
Hold my beer. Listen.
Like, give me a slide rule.
Yeah. Hey, Ovechkin scored. Good for him.
Hey, about time. Oh man.
What about Nicky Backstrom?
He's having Ovi's having some goal scoring difficulties. I know.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed there.
Which
Now,
is
this
hard.
only
Which is
1
hard to
week ago.
say for a guy who has 14 goals in the year, but it's true.
Yeah, but it was true because 7 of them came in his first 2 games, and then
Yeah.
he went on a long,
As his
dusty, dry drought.
He often does that though.
Yeah, but those droughts are becoming a lot longer and a lot
much more
drier.
frequent. Yeah.
Well, 32. I mean, and the type of game he plays, it catches up to you after a while, man.
After a while, we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Well, that's why. Yeah, after a while, just
Seen it right
arrived.
before our eyes, gentlemen.
Yeah, but well, good for him. Did holla holla holla?
Holla.
Did they put him back with Backstrom or what's
Yes.
the deal?
Tonight they put him back with Backy.
Well, yeah, well, I think that's what they
because
need
he
to
was
do.
crazy
They had to
about it.
shake things up, man. Back and Backstrom, man. They had to.
Shake it up. Shake it up. I don't know.
Mm.
But Lyle, you got anything to talk
It was
about?
Gravy Boat night at the Capital One Center. That's why.
Oh, that's right. It was Gravy Boat night.
Gravy boat night.
Zamboni Gravy Boat that the Cats
no,
eating out tonight.
One of the greatest nights of the year.
Yeah.
Gravy
As
boat.
soon as this ceramic gravy boat ends back up on the ice.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I could touch very, very quick. I don't want to go too long on this.
That's
It's
fine, though.
Deep dive.
If you can get it for like 15 minutes, that'd be great.
Oh well, hold my beer.
There we are.
Okay, hold my slide rule. What's that doing?
There we
here?
are.
Anyway, no, I don't have a Reddit account. What are you talking about? I hate math. I would not have anything. I don't watch the NFL. Leave me alone. But anyway, salary cap.
Cap, get a salary cap. I don't know what that song is.
But it
Go
works.
ahead. What are you gonna say?
But it works. Hey, maybe that's a new jam for Johnny's next album.
There it is.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, good lord. Okay.
Well, you right there? You
Oh
okay?
yeah. Oh yeah. No, I had a commercial kick in on my site, and I was like, "Oh shit." Anyway, yeah.
And then you started promptly yelling at yourself. I don't pay for this shit.
Exactly. Where's my ad blocker? But anyway, no. Last Friday, a press conference in Montreal when the NHL was celebrating the 100th anniversary of its birth in the Hotel Windsor in Montreal by totally shutting out Montreal fans and media. But Gary Bettman did give a brief press conference afterwards, and among the things he was yakking about. He was suggesting that league revenues for this season could be between $4.5 and $5 billion. So what does that mean, kids? Glad you asked. Salary cap for next season will go up. How much will it go up? Another good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, that could jump to between, drum roll.
Yeah, they got rid of all the Google effects. We don't have that anymore.
$80 to $82 million for
And we're at 77 now?
and we are at 75 right now.
Long live expansion.
Cha-ching. Cha-ching.
Holy
It's a twofold thing. I mean, one of the reasons, of course, is yes, the addition of an additional NHL team. One of my readers seemed to think that I was talking about the expansion fee that the Golden Knights paid to get into the league. That is not what I was talking about because
that's not hockey-related revenue, is it?
Exactly, it is not hockey-related revenue. Because it should be, but
You're not wrong.
It was not part of the CBA, which means all that sweet $500 billion got divided up among the other existing 30 NHL team owners. So it is not considered hockey-related revenue, but there is no question that it is generating more, helping the league to generate more revenue, having the extra team in there. You got a new market. Selling more tickets, selling more merch, all that good stuff. That helps. The other factor is the improvement in your Canadian dollar. That's right, the loonie, which at the end of last season was down around almost 74 cents against your Yankee greenback. Has jumped up and is now, over the course of this season anyway, has been trading between 78 and 80 cents US. So if it stays in that trend, and it's currently starting to bounce back up again as oil prices go up, because of course our dollar's a petrodollar. So if the price of that sweet crude goes up, then up goes the Canadian dollar. And of course, if your economy goes for a dump, well, then ours improves as well. So there you go. But anyway. But if it stays up between 78 and 80 cents US, because the 7 Canadian teams account for over 40% of league revenues, guess what, kids? That's going to mean a nice, big, healthy bump in your salary cap. So there is a bunch of teams. How many teams? Another good question. You guys are awesome tonight with the asking of the questions. Well done.
Wow, we're only as good as our subject matter.
You are a very inquisitive bunch, and I know how much you love this salary cap stuff. Anyway,
I have a line just waiting for when you're done this.
Oh, I bet you have, but I won't. That's why I won't keep this going for much longer. There are 14 teams who are going to. Of course, if the cap goes up by $5 to $7 million, something it hasn't done on an average since 2012. There are all the teams are going to benefit, but there are 14 specifically who are going to benefit, and they are your Anaheim Ducks, Boston Bruins, Chicago Blackhawks, Detroit Red Wings, Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers, Los Angeles Kings, Minnesota Wild, Montreal Canadiens, Nashville Predators, Ottawa Senators, Pittsburgh Penguins, St. Louis Blues, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, because all those clubs currently have payrolls for 2018-19 of over $60 million. So the more money they get, when that sweet salary cap going up, the more cap space they have. All of a sudden, these teams that were looking at, not going to have a lot of money here, it could be tough to sign our free agents, might not be so tough anymore. If that cap jumps up $7 million, a team that, all we have was $7 million in cap space. Well, now you got a 14, almost 15. Hello. The extra breathing room helps. And let's not forget, it will also have a significant effect upon the free agent and trade markets for next summer. When those numbers become officially announced next June, the free agent frenzy bidding that is going to happen on whoever is available in free agency, if they haven't all been locked up by now.
John Tavares is going to get paid.
Oh, John Tavares, Rick Nash, the Dean twins. Well, they're all getting older. They may not get paid. James Van Riemsdyk, going to get paid.
Going to get paid.
Carlson, going to get paid. Vander Kane, going to get paid. But also restricted free agents. Ottawa's Mark Stone, Winnipeg's Jacob Trouba. Yes. Rangers, JT Miller. Toronto's Nylander. Detroit's, go making it rain. Making it rain. Detroit's Dylan Larkin and Carolina's Noah Hannafin.
Is it paid?
Gonna get paid. But more than that, remember as well, there are going to also be players who are eligible for free agency, restricted and unrestricted in 2019. Teams can begin negotiating with them in the summer of 2018.
Oh boy.
And that includes guys such as Toronto's Austin Matthews, Tampa Bay's Nikita Kucherov, Los Angeles' Drew Doughty, Ottawa's Eric Carlson, Columbus's Sergei Bobrovsky, and Dallas's Tyler Seguin. They are all going to cash in big time. Say with me, they are going to get paid.
Gonna get paid. Lyle,
sir,
who gets paid more? By some team, John Tavares, Eric Carlson.
That is a very good question.
Because the Senators will sign Eric Carlson to the max they can.
He's gonna get. He's gonna
paid.
He's got $11 million at least. Probably more, because if he wins the Norris Trophy again this season, because he's already won it twice, was a finalist last year. If he's even a finalist again this year,
with half an ankle,
Ottawa better be prepared. Yeah, it's gonna be that annual cap hit will be in the double digits, no question, no question. But gotta tell you,
will there be a team that really values John Tavares?
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God, yeah, yeah.
Plus 11. He's basically double his salary.
11 mil. I can see him being. Wow. I could see him being at the very, very least getting 10-5, comparable to Patty Kane and Jonathan Toews. People can say, "Well, he hasn't won anything," and it's like, but the market has changed now.
Right.
So I can see him. I can see at least 10-5 for sure for him. Wow. Yeah, you can say, well, yeah, but Andre Kopitar, he got 10 million and he has Stanley Cups and trophies and stuff. Don't matter. Market has changed. And there are going to be teams that are going to be eyeing him, big time. If he hits the market. That is still not a certainty, because Islanders, despite the fact they got like weird ass goaltending and a defense with some holes in, and even some checking lines with some holes in, they're playing good hockey. Yeah. They're playing good hockey, and Johnny T is one of the reasons why. So, that's Johnny T, not Johnny P. Sorry. Johnny.
I have also a reason why, though.
Well, I think in your own way, sure.
I will also put this out here. The cap space as is projected right now for your New York Islanders for next season, $33 million.
They can easily afford to resign.
But here's the question: A, does he want to stay there? B, does he want to stay there without Garth Snow?
I think he'll listen. Everything we've heard from there is he wants to stay. Garth Snow's not going anywhere. They're going to wait. They mutually agreed. They're going to, give this some time. Again, part of this is also going to depend upon, that arena deal. Being able to build that new arena in Belmont. I've heard some people say, that doesn't have anything to do with it. Yes, it fucking does. Stop being stupid. Yes, it does. He does not want to keep playing. The Isles don't want to keep playing at Barclays Center, period, because the ice there is crap. Okay, it's probably, I would say, probably the worst ice in the league, but I'm sure
we could go to Lowe's and build an outdoor rink that has better ice than freaking
exactly. Barclays Center ice has been a problem.
A hotel in Ocean City, Maryland has better ice than Barclays, I'm sure.
But there's also a degree of uncertainty there too, because if they can't get that arena deal done, okay, it could become open season. Where do they go? Because they're not staying in Barclays past 2019. They're not. Okay, they're not going back to Nassau Coliseum, even though Nassau said, the county there said, "Oh, sure, Hampstead County, sure, you can come back." Sure, they go, no, you had your chance. We're done. Not going to be nickeled and dimed by you bastards anymore. So, becomes open season. Could they move if there's no arena deal there for them in Belmont? Could be, but for now, we all pull back and we wait. I think they've got a very good chance of getting that arena deal in Belmont. And if that falls into place and the Isles are still a playoff club by February, by the trade deadline, he's not going anywhere. He'll stay and they'll re-sign him. They'll happily pay him probably $11 million to keep him there. and he'll take it because I know some fans can't understand his loyalty to the franchise, but they've been very good to him the whole time he's been there, and he loves the area. He does.
Well, how could you not? Bright Lights, big city, but not having the big, like not being in the big city media either.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, he enjoys it there. He's very loyal to that franchise. They've been very good to him, and he just wants some assurances that they're heading in the right direction, both roster-wise and arena-wise. So I think if all those things fall into place, again, if they're a playoff club by the trade deadline and that arena deal is looking like it's going to happen, he stays. And they can easily afford to re-sign him.
There we go.
But if he doesn't, if he hits the market, oh, geez. Oh, boy. A lot of teams going to run up and get him, but one of them won't be the Toronto Maple Leafs. They don't need him.
Yet.
No, they don't need him.
Yet.
No, they don't.
Well, it's not going to stop people, you know.
Oh, I know. I know. We all know.
And I'm still going to say it. Just like Boston needs a goalie, which hey, Tuukka Rask.
Hey, Anton Khudobin. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I love his Mexican food.
5-0-2, man. He's done.
He's doing well.
He's doing all right, man. Doing all right.
He's been a decent reclamation project for them.
Yeah, well, God knows they've needed him because, without him, they would have needed a goalie because, man, as much as we obsess about, Carey Price hasn't had didn't have a good year this year so far. Tuukka,
oh boy, Tukes.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Not good at all.
Did we put a lid on all the cap talk?
We sure did.
There we go.
So that means it brings us to the pick'em segment.
Yay!
We pick teams each in a league, and then next thing you know, voila, they score goals. Well, hold on. How many weeks have we been doing this pick'em segment? 1, 2, 3. Took 4 weeks. Johnny P's back on top.
Yay!
Yes. I knew this would come to fruition at some point.
After a 10 spot last night.
This is what happens when you stay the course and be patient.
Johnny's trust the process. Johnny's 10 points, 10 goals and 16 points overall from the Lethbridge Hurricanes.
Wow.
Got him first place. He has 40 goals overall. Lyle, you were second place with Victoria, the Royal Rumbles, 35 for the year. You're third overall. Mark with the C, finishing third, getting sixth. He is 27 goals in the year, last overall. And then I got 4 goals for my Everett Silvertips, 39, and I'm second, 1 goal behind Johnny P. This week we're going to the AHL. All right, so I get first pick here. And my scroll went out too far there. By the way, just FYI, there are no AHL teams in Senegal. Google Maps. I checked the maps. I'm checking the team maps, and there is no team in Senegal. So,
why not?
You know what? I don't know. I guess there's no NHL team. When the London team gets there, they'll put a team in Senegal, I bet. I am going to pick a team that has a guy from Maryland on it. A guy from Millersville, Maryland, AA County represents the Bakersfield Condors. I'm going to take the Bakersfield Condors. And that leaves us to Mark with the C. And Mark with the C's gimmick this year is picking the team dead in the middle. There are 3 teams that are in the middle of the area.
I have a feeling with the cluster of teams, though, that's on the East Coast, that the team that might be dead in the middle of everything might be the one in Ohio.
I'm thinking it might. I'm thinking actually the one in Michigan.
Maybe Iowa.
I'm thinking the one in Michigan or the one in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I'll go with the one in Michigan because he likes to do that one a lot of times.
All right.
The Grand Rapids Peter Griffins. And then Lyle, you are with your wrestling theme.
Yes, and for my wrestling theme, this time I'm doing something a little different. It's going with the Laval Owen the Rocket Hart.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Thank you.
And then Johnny P.
I can't quite remember if we've done the AHL yet or not, so I moved farther down in the alphabet. And I found a team both where the place and mascot is 5 characters each.
Wow.
And that would be the Texas Stars.
Good one.
Nice.
I have no idea how I continue this.
That's working pretty good for you this year, man. That's an excellent gimmick.
Sickening. It's sickening. You're right, Lyle. It's sickening that the guy who gets the last doesn't get the pick and wins 200 points all the time still somehow manages.
But I'm gonna have to pick this time, right? If I get first, I have to pick first.
Oh, that's right. You do have to pick.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to start
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, yeah. Here we go. You're not wrong. Here we are, kids. Now we've got the great equalizer. I forgot about that.
Yeah, irony is that math would be my undoing.
Right? Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Well, you can't deviate from this gimmick now. You're stuck with it for the season. You're committed.
Yeah.
You're in.
I'm counting all the team names
from now on. So there we are. By the way, I found out today, as I'm looking at Glen Burnie as a whole, just for some reason I was just looking at the map, and I'm scrolling in. The center of Glen Burnie is actually Mission Barbecue. The plaza where
Mark would be okay with that as well.
Yeah, I think he'd be okay. Who wouldn't be okay with Mission Barbecue? Mission Barbecue is fantastic. So there we go. All right, that was unneeded. But Lyle, we got through it again.
Yes,
we
sir.
Appreciate you as always.
Always a pleasure, guys.
We will talk to you again this time next week.
Have a good American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, enjoy your
Thank you. And again, the same to you guys. Have your flashlights with you for Black Friday.
I mean, you've lived enough in Alaska that you can celebrate both Thanksgivings.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We still look forward to that. It's not a word of a lie. We still look forward to this time of year here in our household. For us, this, like as with you fine Americans, this is the weekend that is the unofficial start of the Christmas holidays. So yeah.
That was Halloween here.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah, Lyle, they don't care about Thanksgiving up here. It was right to Christmas.
That's
great.
Okay. But we do it. But hey, we do like you guys do it right. 4-day long weekend in late November. That's the way to do it.
There it is.
Yeah. There you go.
All right,
Lyle, guys. Have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
buddy. Bye, Lyle. There he goes. Lyle Richardson, SpectorsHockey.net, TheHockeyNews.com, P.I. Garland, and Bleacher Report for the slideshows. Johnny hit us with some shout outs.
I'm gonna give a shout out to 2 openings that no one is gonna hear. Take that.
Why
people.
2? Why 2 openings?
Editing, folks, editing.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Thanksgiving. I'll give a shout out to Thanksgiving. Shout out to new phone on the way. And I'm going to give a shout out to both of my plants as well. I've had them around for almost 2 years now. I haven't killed them yet, which I feel like is an accomplishment in itself. So yeah, I think that's all my shout outs.
Nice. I will give a shout out to Frank's Den. Because why not? One of the close to the heart of Glen Burnie. Whoa. Shout out to old school AHL cards. Shout out to the folks in the live stream. Shout out to Turkey. And shout out, of course, to our Patreon listeners. Rob, Trista, Ethan, Chris, Mitch, Angela, and Sean. Thank you all for contributing to our Patreon and helping us help you with all other fun. I don't know if we really help them from what we do, but we appreciate it. Patreon.com/FaceOffHockeyShow. And if you're in the correct tier, you can do we'll have a Q&A next Wednesday. We'll tape it next Wednesday. It'll be up on the Patreon for that tier level next week. And we'll put the thing out there at the beginning of the week, and you can put your questions in there if you're at that tier, and tier. So there you go. You like it. You like it good much. That's it. It's the John and Scott Show for Johnny P. I'm Scotty Waz. Take care of yourself and someone else. This has been Face Off Hockey Show on FaceOffHockeyShow.com, which is also on Blog Talk Radio. Check us out on Twitter, FaceOffHTKY Show, and of course on Facebook, FOHS Radio. But until we talk to you again next week, peace.
it again. Again and again. Oh no, never thought you'd stab me, my friend. But the blood still drips, so let's not pretend. I'm blowing it up, I'm taking over an answer. I'm taking it out before it spreads like a cancer. With all the shit talk, entertaining like a dancer. Closing the doors before you get another chance to tell me lies and do it again.